My name is Erika Pitts, ID number 2765731. This is for lab animal clinical nursing.
So today we're going to be talking about basically care of rats in a laboratory setting. As far as water goes, 22 to 33 milliliters of water daily. Sipper bottle is great for that. This one is glass and metal. It can be disinfected, autoclaved, and this one would be safe to put in the cage with the animal because it's not plastic and they can't chew through it. As far as feeding, they are natural foragers and will kind of defecate wherever. So I like something lifted up out of the bottom of the enclosure. This is something that can actually be attached to the wire cage and lifted up out of the bedding material. That to handle rats with gloves on, they have leptospira bacteria, or they can in their urine, which is zoonotic, can get into us, attack our kidneys, that sort of thing.
So for handling on rats, this guy's just let me scoop them up, and if they don't let you scoop them up, or if you have to chase them, again picking them up at the base of the tail and putting them quickly into another cage. You do want to do the base of the tail because otherwise you risk a sloughing incident.
Now as far as identification goes, you can do a temporary cage card or something like that if it's someone's pet, but usually in a laboratory there will be either a microchip that can be scanned, but just for easy reference, there are tattoos on the ears which go from top of the ear, out of the ear, and bottom of the ear, and it goes with dots for 1, 2, 3, a single little kind of triangle mark for 4, 5, and 6, and then a double triangle for 8, 9, and 10, and then right ear is single digits, left ear is double digits, and that way you can get up to 99 without having to do anything. If you have more than that, you can do 2 amputations. That needs to be done under anesthesia. The ear tattoos, you can just kind of do it under a light sedation. As enrichment goes, like I said earlier, rats are natural foragers. So a bedding like this is great for them. Sprinkle treats through it, let them dig for it. That sort of thing. It replicates what they would do naturally. So you want your specimens to be as happy and healthy and as a normal setting as possible if you want to trust your test results. They are little wood blocks for chewing on, grind their teeth down, little nylobones. They can chew pretty well. So something that has good chewing staying power, like wood blocks or something. A little spinner to run around in is great. And then this is, I think this is adorable, this is a little snack shack. So this is actually hardwood pulp. This is a little bit larger than what you would need for a rat, but they can chew on it, they can hide in it, they can hide stuff in it. This is just a great little enrichment tool. And then as far as diet, you want the base of their diet to be a good commercial food. Hard pellets will help to grind their teeth down faster. Now, rats are omnivores, and they are coprophilic, but you can supplement with nuts. Mealworms are actually really great for them because that's something that, wild rats would get into. But that's a supplement. That's like candy bar for us, just every once in a while. But this is the kind of stuff that varying in their bedding kind of gives them something to do and gives them a goal. Now, as far as nutrition, you do want the base of their diet to be a good, just hard pelleted food. The hard pellets do help grind their teeth down, and it's an enriched, fortified diet for them. And it can be supplemented with seeds, mealworms, things like that. Rats are omnivores and will eat just about anything, but you don't want to free feed them. They are prone to becoming obese if you do that. What am I forgetting? Alright, so for nutrition, big thing to remember is that, alright, so for nutrition, a big thing to remember is pregnant and lactating need about 4 times the amount of nutrition daily. So that is a really big bump up in the amount of calories that they need. And you want those calories to be based off of a fortified commercial diet. This is enriched, complete and balanced, and also it's hard nuggets, which do help to wear down the teeth. They are hypsodonic, that our teeth continue to grow throughout their lives. So you want something that gradually wears those teeth back. Little bits of supplement, mealworms, nuts, things like that. Again, they are omnivores, so kind of anything that that they might get a hold of. Little bits of egg, nuts, seeds, worms, things like that are going to be a great supplement for them. Just like with anything, you want the base of their diet to be good fortified commercial food and with some supplementation. Now, with the supplements, you can feed that in with the regular food, or I like the idea of making them work for it, burying it in with the bedding, and that way they just have something more to do throughout the day.
So this is a rat. Rats are rodents, and they, major indicators, their tail is longer than their body, and they have scales. They also have Hardying glands around their eyes. This guy's colored, so you can't really see it, but it will secrete something that kind of makes their eyes a little bit red. He doesn't have that. He's probably not old enough yet. Let me check my to-do list, and then restraint. A couple ways you can do it on these guys. What I can do is just go ahead and put him down, and I'll grab his tail. Hi, you don't want to be put down? I'm sorry, bud, you gotta. And what I do is just pick them up by the base of their tail, put them on something that they can grab, and then just pull them like this. Now, he has not been handled. He's a feeder rat, so he's not really appreciating that. But, you know, with gentle handling, he would be better with this.
That's pretty good.
So, there you go. I'll give you a little break. And then, oh yeah, that's a little boy. He got a pretty large anogenital distance there, and you can actually see his penis. And this is a great example that just because they don't have testicles that are really obvious in adult rats does not mean that they're not boys.
Alright, so as far as reproduction in rats, females go through puberty between 37 and 67 days depending on the breed. They are continuously polyestrous, which means that they will continue to have cycle after cycle. It is not based off seasons or anything like that. Males reach puberty at 40 to 75 days, and at that point they are just kind of ready to go for life. Average gestation is about 22 days. Pups are weaned at 3 to 4 weeks, at which point they can just start right over, have another litter.
Just a little scruff on this guy. 27 gauge needle right into the scruff. Boop. Draw back, make sure there's no blood, and inject. That's much better. For oral dosing, just gonna like this. And what I'm doing is I'm just passing this into the gap behind his front teeth and advance a little bit. And I just gave him a little bit of which he did not appreciate, but he took it. So that's a good boy. And then I think he is not great with the handling, so I am going to give him a little bit of gas for a blood draw. And this is going to be the lateral tail vein. I've applied alcohol and letting it dry. And then my doctor is occluding for me. So I'm just going to go in for a lateral tail vein, which ought to be right here. And I'm going to go in with the proximal third of the tail. You got a little flash.
Yeah, you got something.
Yeah. And big thing on this is they have a very small body weight, so they only have about 10% of their body weight as blood.
For caring for mice, as far as water goes, 3 to 5 milliliters a day, about 5 grams of food. Water, kind of same as a rat. One of these glass guys that can be cleaned, disinfected, sterilized, little ball at the end, controls water. That when the animal goes to lick it, drops of water come out. This is a little bit big for a mouse, but that's okay. Rather too much than too little. As far as food, lifting up out of the bedding, again, is a very good idea. But for mice, since they don't need that much, you could do it in like a wire holder that suspends it just about an inch over it, because they can get up on that fine. Another thing I like for mice, just because they are gymnastic little things, and this kind of does dual purpose, you can put hay with a pelleted mix kind of in this cage, and this allows them to hang, do their little gymnastics that they enjoy doing while getting food. So this is like dual purpose food enrichment. As far as handling, again, you do always want to have at least latex gloves on, and make sure that you're cleaning up yourself after identification. Same with rats. The left ear is the 10-digit spot. Right ear is single digits, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the top, middle, or outside and bottom of the ear, with a dot for 1 through 3, a single hash mark for 4 through 6, and then a double triangle hash mark for 7, 8, and 9. 2 amputations can be done under anesthesia. The tattooed ears don't need to be, nor does a microchip. Although you could make the argument that a microchip in a mouse is really kind of a big old honking needle for that thing. So that's probably best done under anesthesia too, even though the text does not say so. And enrichment. Again, burrowing animals. This is like a wood pulp type bedding. Really kind of more paper material. No dust. It's a great bedding, burrowing material. A little spinny for the little guy. Branch sticks, like wood for them to chew on. They are hypsodonic, so you want to be able to be keeping those teeth in check from overgrowing. A little calm. Put a little bit of dried fruit in here. This is something they can push around, climb over, chew on, and it's all good. Now, as far as nutrition, again, they're omnivorous, and the staple of their diet should be a good, fortified, commercial diet. These hard pellets, again, help to keep the teeth worn down, and then supplementing with like little yogurt treats, nuts, seeds, things like that. And then just making sure that they're not becoming obese. Most of them are pretty self-limiting with food, but you can stop that by like distributing snacks through their bedding. So they have to search for it, they have to dig for it. Also, another enrichment device is this little Timothy hay kind of little burrow box. This is really great because they can chew on it, gnaw on it. It's not just a hidey hole for them. They can more interact with it. So these are all kind of awesome little enrichment things. And a big part of enrichment is changing it out. Kids get bored with toys, so do animals. So keeping it kind of rotating is a great idea. Now, this is a mouse that I'm getting ready to restrain. Now, the thing about mice is it is a rodent. Now, they're going to be pretty well furred, except for their ears, and, species vary. But for mice, they are going to have a tail longer than their body, and it's going to have sparse little fine hairs on it. So, just base of the tail with my non-dominant hand, get as much skin as I can up right there. And then that is, for a mouse, a pretty good size.
genital area, and you can actually see a little penis. So you're a boy. Hi, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay, so for reproduction of mice, males and females go into puberty at about 50 days. Females, that could be up to 60 days. But at that point, females are spontaneous ovulators with continuously polyestrous cycles, about 4 to 5 days. So they will repeatedly have an estrus one after the other. What's really interesting about mice in particular is that they can have a 24 to 48 hour, or not 24 to 48, 20 to 24 hour post-parturition estrus, which means that they have given birth and within a day they're going into estrus again. And if they mate, they will be pregnant while nursing the current litter. Now their gestation period is about 21 days and their litters are weaned at about 21 days. So as soon as they are done weaning one litter, they are giving birth to the next one, of which is going to have about 10 to 12 pups in it. Now there is the Witten effect, which is when groups of females are together, they will go into anestrus if there is no male present. Now, if you put a male or the scent of a male around them, they will all start to go into estrus again in about 3 days. So there is also the Bruce effect, which is if a female is bred and within 4 days of copulation, which can be confirmed with a little mucus plug that's like dried vaginal secretions and dried sperm, and they mate overnight, so if you're not in the lab to see it, you can confirm the next day with that plug being present. But back to the Bruce effect, if a female is exposed to a new male within 4 days of conceiving, that pregnancy is often terminated and she just goes right back into another estrus cycle.
And this is a sub-Q injection on a mouse. I'm just getting him by his scruff with my non-dominant hand. And then I'm going to go into his scruff. This is a 27 gauge needle. Pull back to make sure you're not in a blood supply, and advance, of which he is not appreciating, but he got it. And then we just go into his lower left quadrant, and then pull back. Make sure you're not getting any urine, blood, or stool, and then advance. Alright, and then this is oral dosing. He's not too cooperative, but this is just like a curved 12 cc, and what I'm going to do is just stick it right in his mouth, and just a little,
wants that.
yeah, just give him a little bit. For taking care of rabbits, again, I love these things. Glass, stainless steel, you can autoclave them, disinfect them. Rabbits need about 50 to 150 milliliters a day per kilogram. Always have that available. This is a good size for your standard rabbit. Feeding, you want to be able to get that food all up off the bottom. Again, this is a great tool for that, and this is large enough to hold what they would need to eat. As far as, what's the next one? As far as handling goes, she's on the floor right here.
Hi, sweetheart. Oh my goodness.
This one's really sweet, and you always have to support their hind end. Now, what I can do is this, and if she were not so cooperative, I would scruff her and have her in the crook of my arm like this, but always supporting these back legs. They can have posterior paralysis from kicking these strong hind limbs out. As far as identification goes, you can tattoo their ears in between the vein and the artery. That if you are going to tattoo the ears of a rabbit, you do want to not use the right ear unless you're a member of the American Rabbit Breeders Association. As far as enrichment, again, natural burrowers, plenty of dust-free bedding for them to burrow in. Everything loves a calm. You can put fruit, stuff like this in there. Wood blocks are great. They are also hypsodontic, so you want something hard like these lava rocks or lava blocks for them to file their teeth down with. Also, as far as enrichment, hiding goodies in their bedding, making them dig for it. Big old hidey holes like this because they are a prey animal and they need some place to hide if they're not feeling worried about what's going on around them. As far as nutritional needs on rabbits, they are carprophic from their cecotropes, which is their soft night stools, so to speak, and they do that as part of the fermentation process of rabbit gut. Now, a good portion of their food should be a fortified, balanced commercial diet. About 10% fiber helps control hairballs, and about 15% protein. Adding dried fruit and things like that. Important to note, rabbits are herbivores, so no meat, no bacon, things like that, but dried fruit. And they also need something that's very important in their diet called proteolytic enzymes. And those are just enzymes that help in that kind of a unique rabbit gut that they have. And you can find that in raw pineapple or papaya juice. And a great way of giving it to them is just soaking some hay in it. This is a hay bowl, which I just thought was adorable. But the bowl itself is made out of Timothy hay, which is great for rabbits. And inside the bowl is like a little dried mixed fruit cup, so they can just eat the whole thing, play with it, bury it, whatever they want to do. Rabbits are lagomorphs, which just kind of separates them from normal rodents, mice and rats, that sort of thing. They have two pair of upper incisors, one just behind the major pair. Also, they have very powerful hind back legs and pretty big ears. Now, restraining a rabbit, you can do it a couple of ways. You can do a bunny burrito with a towel. This might be a little bit big of a towel, but we can make do. And the way you do that is just cover them up there. And what we're going to do is just tuck under their little legs like this, and then back under. And I've got her back legs are right under my left hand here. So from here, I've just kind of got her snug to me, wrapped around the towel so she can't get anywhere. And if we need to pull a leg out, we can from this point. And I can scruff her and kind of hold her like a cat. So just get a good little bit of scruff right here, and then get her onto her side. Oh, I know, that's scary. And then just hold this leg, and somebody else would be holding her foot. This would be for like a blood draw. Determine her sex. I'm going to restrain her. And then I can just use these two fingers to push apart. And that is a small little slit, so that is a vagina, which makes this a girl. In a mature male, you would have very apparent testicles, and when you pushed on their little opening, you would see a penis. Sexual maturity for both is at 22 to 52 weeks. Males have about 5 years of breeding life, females have about 3 years. Now, females are also prone to pseudo-pregnancies. That can be brought on by other females mounting them, and that is because they are induced ovulators, so the act of mating is what brings on ovulation in rabbits. So if they get humped by the wrong thing enough times, they will start a pseudo-pregnancy that usually lasts 16 to 17 days. Kind of get here. So this is this 0.1 of NaCl, because she's not sick, she doesn't need medication. But what you can do is kind of scruff them, and then pull this up just a little bit. Always draw back, make sure you're not in a vein or anything, and just advance. And that's how you give a shot to a rabbit. So this is a blood draw on a rabbit. I have my holder occluding, and we have a little bunny burrito. I've put lidocaine cream on her ear about an hour ago. And I'm using an insulin syringe because these are really, really small veins. So I'm just gonna go in right there. I think it did too. And then this is just going to be very small, and you can see what I'm doing. Now the other advantage of an insulin syringe is it's a 29 gauge needle, and it's not going to collapse the vein the way we need to, and I don't need any more than that. So that's it. Also, I would like to say I did not pluck her ear because the people at Winchester Pet and Aquarium were kind enough to lend me their rabbit, and I don't think they want me to send her back bald. So thank you very much. That is the rabbit blood draw. Thank you.
And these are cockatiels. They're zygodactyl. Not pronounced. No, fine. You're okay. And on a bigger bird, I would have a towel on her to protect my fingers, but she just doesn't really have the jaw strength to hurt me. But birds are, they have scaled feet with either their first and fourth digits pointing backwards, or just their first digit pointing backwards, covered in numerous kinds of feathers.
This is a cockatiel. She's actually pretty gentle, so I'm forgoing the towel. And what I've done here is I've got my thumb kind of under her neck and my fingers around her, and I'm just lightly restraining her wings up against her body. So Wendy is restraining her bird for me while I do a nail trim. And I've got a little quick stop right here because these guys do can be clipped kind of easily. And really I'm just taking the edge off. And what I'm doing is just getting her to grab a hold of my finger like she would a perch. And just and the thing with these guys is you really don't need to take much off. And just for the quicks, and their nail anatomy is like a dog or a cat. There is a quick in the middle that has your blood supply and your nerves and all of that you do not want to hit. There we go. So onward to objective data on these guys. First thing you always check out is the cage. Is it clean? Do they have appropriate perching? That sort of thing. It looks like their stools are indicative of them being stressed, mostly urine, but no undigested seeds, no bloods, no parasites. That one just got her her wings trimmed, rather, and her nails trimmed. So she's probably just a little bit overheated from her restraint. I know, you're so upset. Calm here. Calm here. Calm the rest of the way here. Calm here. I need to get your weight. Thank you. But objective data is your heart rate, respiratory rate, things like that. She has a bit more even breathing. And even this one over here is starting to calm down as we go. There we go.
Again.
Here we go. I know. Step up. Here you go. Great job.
104 grams. There we go. And she's just about done. But for a heart rate, what you want to do is oscillate. There you go. You're over it. We can just talk about it. Just on their sternum, just off to the midline of the keel to listen to their heart rate. Their heart rate's about 400 a minute. I can't count that fast, but what you'd be looking for is abnormals. If you have a bird that's not responsive and their heart rate's 100, you know that that's abnormal. And then for lung sounds, over their back between their shoulders would be where their lung sounds are. And you want to also take the top of their head, and any noise in there would indicate a sinus problem. Check out the condition of their stools. Use a gram scale for their weight. She was good enough. We could put her in a box, but they've already had a big day to this point, so I don't want to put them in a box and stress them any more than need be. But that's pretty much objective data on birds. Thanks.